Hello everybody! Today we're going to be going over the Knit Yourself Calm pattern book. It's Knit Yourself Calm, A Creative Path to Managing Stress. And this is published by Search Press by Lynne, Rowe and Betsan, Corkhill. Now, this I think is very timely that we're going through this because one, it's finally the pattern book that has one in it that I want to do my time-lapse video with you guys, and I did want to make sure I showed you what pattern I would be using before we begin. And then two, as that subtitle says, A Creative Path to Managing Stress, I think is so important right now as we are in a time of uncertainty where everything is kind of in a balance right now, and we don't know what's going on. So we're just going to take a look. Oop, let me move us over. I was just filming with this blanket, working on this one. I thought, while I still have it up here, this would make a great backdrop for my video that we're going to do today. So we're going to just go through it, and I have a card here. So I realized the last one I was kind of putting my hand over a lot of things, and for the sanctity of not basically giving away every pattern, depending on how good you are at pausing videos, that could get me into some trouble. So we're just going to go ahead and look through this with some caution, at least on my end, so that I don't totally give away all of their hard work before you guys decide if you want to pick this up yourself. And of course, if you find something that's inspiring, let me know in the comments if there's a pattern that you like or that you've worked on yourself before. I noticed a lot with looking at patterns throughout different online resources that a lot of them kind of, not all of them, but many of them look like they are similar. And I don't know if it's just because everybody's a creative genius, great minds think alike, or if they knew of the other pattern and wanted to put their own spin on it. I'm not sure. But, you know, it's funny how so many patterns kind of look like other patterns, and they're created by different people, they have different names, but they kind of have the same end result. So that's just something I've noticed along the way as I've looked through different patterns. But I absolutely love a pattern book just for the photography, for the care that goes into curating these patterns, to making it, and just to have like a little bit of a collector's item in my possession. So that's why I kind of like these pattern books myself. And of course, online patterns are just as good. So looks like these here, and this was made in 2017, and it was reprinted in 2018. So standard measuring stuff, different notions. That's really cute. Right, the projects. Quick and easy projects. Bam. Alright, so we have washcloths. This is something that I've had in my in my queue of things to do. Quick, easy, simple, practical gift is a washcloth. Everybody, well, most people use them. I definitely use them. But they're a great gift, housewarming gift, wedding gift. If you make it soft enough, good baby gift. Just a good gift. here we have unisex scarf. I like this, looks like some tweed here, maybe? Just, no, not tweed, but like good little pops of color. This is nice. Pillows. Chunky pillows. What is this? This is super chunky yarn. 3 balls of super chunky yarn. Sounds simple enough. And it's the US 17 needle, so yeah, that's going to be a quick knit. I would really like to knit myself some throws one day. I love throws. They're great for support. I like to take a lot of naps on my couch, and there's one thing I appreciate is having a throw pillow nearby just to plop my head under, or if I'm reading or knitting on the couch, just to prop myself up a little bit of that lower back support that I do enjoy, and throw pillows are where it's at. Now, I have a variety of pillows, as you guys know by my background, that you normally see, but on my couch, not so much. They're mostly up here. Here we have portable projects. Family hats. Knitting in the round. Yes, that's always important. Learning how to do that. So, pretty sure everybody knows how to do a hat, but if you're just kind of starting out, actually I take that back. I know how to knit a hat, but as far as like how many to cast on, all that, don't know. Oh yeah. Okay, now this is the pattern, the great reveal. The color block cowl. Now, I've worked on this already. I worked on this for my cousin for my Knit Ahead for the Holiday series. And I did a 2-strand. And I love this colorway, but I chose kind of like a mauve-y, dusty, well, yeah, like a dusty rose kind of color. A teal and a gray instead of these. And I also knit not only with DK, but I knit with kid mohair and silk. It was actually the combo. And I still have just enough, I think, to knit one more cowl. I must have knit tightly because when I stretched it out, it was fine, but, like when I blocked it and everything, but I still have quite a bit left on each ball of yarn that I have left over. And so this is the one that I want to do as a time lapse because it didn't take me too long. Like once I actually got around to like a nice groove, I could knit quite a bit of this one. But I also have a lot of extra yarn where I don't necessarily need it to be 3 color blocks. So if I'm running low on a color, I could easily introduce another DK because, you know, I have like all of this extra DK from the baby blankets that I've been knitting. And once I'm finished with this one that we see as my backdrop here, I'll still have a lot of DK left. So I could easily do like a pinky, or not a pinky, but like a seafoamy green type of colorway with a cream. I could do purples and blues. Like I have a lot of options now that I have a little bit more DK weight yarn with me. But this is a fun project. I really enjoyed working on this one time. So I think a second time as a time lapse would be just as good. Oh, and I still have my flag in it from when I did it the first time. Now we have stripy socks. this is knit and sock yarn. Okay, I might need to borrow this pattern. Now that I'm looking at it, it does give you sizes here. And it says length is adjustable to any shoe size. I think it's not so much the length problem, it's more like making sure that I have the right ankle width so that my brother could put it on. And of course it talks about how to pick up stitches, all of the standard sockiness. Group projects. Oh, so these are like if you have a knitting circle, which I don't. Ooh, this patchwork blanket. Now, looking at this one, I do really enjoy the variations here. It's almost like a quilt, if you were to make a quilt. And I'm actually on the Cascade Yarns mailing list, or their newsletter, so I get all of the Knitterati squares sent about every 2 weeks. They send a new square, and there should be 25 squares total. And I have printed out a whole bunch of them, thinking I would. Well, I really not really knowing what this work from home situation would be like, but I don't have the yarn for it. But I do really want to work on the Knitterati, and that'll be one that we'll work on together. But in the meantime, it is more like a quilt because you pick a colorway and then each square is a different pattern. So I'm hoping that's going to turn out really cool when I start, and then two when I finish, because you just knit each square as is and then you graph them all together. Oop. There we go. Very sneaky of me, right? I just love, like, this bobbly one I really like. These stripes are really cute too, but that's a really cool finished project. Whoa, bunding! Now, this is going to be something to do. As Jenny made a comment on one of my other videos about some ideas that I could do instead of having a Christmas tree, a way to have an area where I can just decorate and put all my ornaments on display. There was some bunting in that last pattern book we looked at, the Cute and Cozy, or Cute and Easy, whatever that last one was. That other book I have had some bunting ideas where the whole thing was knit, and then you had different shapes as the flags instead of these. But this is nice too. I think anything that has the option where I can change things out is ideal. And then, of course, they want you to, like, attach these cute little filtered letters, like if it's a baby's room or something. But this would just be for holiday for me. Here we have Teddy Bear. This is very cute. And it's knit, which is interesting. Using one ball of DK. Well, yarn different ones. But very, very cute. I think that's very cute. Big projects, all right. Nursery blanket. I'm seeing a theme here. Chevrons, some kind of seam, kind of looks like these. Not exactly, not the same at all, but zigzaggy patterns. I've seen a lot of these chevron patterns for baby blankets. Is that like a thing? This is only the second baby blanket I've knit, the one that we're using as the backdrop, but let me know if that's something common. But I've seen so many with zigzags. But yes, definitely has that center part. But maybe you have to do that to get that zigzag there. And it's not so much that all the designs are the same, it's just to get this effect you need that funny little like X raised section. I like those colors though. Seem very like 70s to me, like very retro. And here's the shawl that we saw in the earlier pages. It's very pretty. Very, as we call Americana, where it's red, white, and blue. I would personally pick a different colorway. Something about like those red, white, and blue that just seems so novelty-ish, like very super festive, super seasonal, and I want something I can wear all the time. And I think of that, and I think of 4th of July. Yarn bag. Now, I haven't made a bag, but obviously, I think you guys have seen pretty much all the projects that I've made, at least as of, well, I take that back. Last Christmas, when I made just a couple knitted goods, like literally 2-3 scarves. You guys didn't see those because I hadn't started filming with you yet, but as far as like the bulk of my projects, you guys have all seen, and a bag hasn't been one of them yet. Let me know if you've made a bag where you actually attach the handles like this. I've seen a lot of like market bags, totes that look really fun to do, but the whole thing is knitted and you aren't adding a lining and you aren't adding handles. It's all kind of one uniform piece. So let me know if you've made a bag before. And those are just more details of what the bag looks like. New skills projects. A lot of these are new skills for me, honestly. Love Hearts Tea Cozy Set. Ooh, looking at patterns. Fair Isle. Now, let me know if you've made a tea cozy before. And it's also interesting, I think because this is like British, they say cozy with an S, but if you're in America, we spell it with a Z. Oh, goodness. And then you have your mugs. I have knit a cozy for a tumbler type mug without the handle, but I haven't made one for something with a handle. Let's see. Cabled fingerless mittens. I do like mittens with the finger holes. Like, even if it's chopped, but each finger has its own hole, I like that better. But these seem cute. I definitely like the color variation. But yeah, each one should have its own hole. That's just what I like. Wow. Stuff is everywhere. I guess you can't see everything. Yeah, nice, beautiful, crisp photos. More up-close pictures. I do have 2 mitten patterns that I need to do. Ooh. Evening purse. This is pretty. My aunt used to have like a fancy, I used to pretend it was like a clam shell because it did close and open like this, like a oldie kind of coin purse. And I was just fascinated. It had all these pretty sequins on it. And I'm like, oh man, this is such a like a ritzy purse. And it had like one of these crazy chains that would get caught on like your arm hair and all that. It was definitely a late, no, it was like early 90s purse, but I don't know. Something about like this chain just seems so fragile to me, but I do like this design. Oh, and this is a lot bigger than the one she had. The one she had was probably like half the size. Hot water bottle. What? Honestly, I haven't used a hot water bottle before. Have you? I've used a heating pad when I had cramps, but not a hot water bottle. I don't even know where. I don't even think I've seen one in person before, honestly. I've only seen them on TV. I love the little Scotty, though. Cute pattern. Essential techniques. So these are just telling you how to do different techniques. Sometimes looking at the pictures is hard for me to conceptualize what I'm seeing. Like, I almost always need to see it in motion. So there's a hats book that I'm going to show you guys later. That one's honestly not that exciting, but it's still cool to look at. And I used 3 different patterns out of that one for my holiday. And yeah, those photos did not help me at all. Pom-pom making, yes. Steam blocking. I did steam blocking for a blanket already. And spray blocking, yes. I had to do this for the color block cowl. Mattress stitch. Horizontal mattress stitch. I think I'm going to have to learn how to do that for the cardigan that I'm working on. All the wonderful abbreviations. Some more. Yes, arigumi. Oh, arigurumi. Okay. So this is like a little crochet, guys, that I want to do sometime. Knitted cats and dogs. Awesome, awesome. There isn't anything else that I really... I have a couple yarn books in my wish list at a couple different sites, but I've kind of held off on those just because I haven't gotten very far in the knitting books I already have. So I want to make sure I knit a few more patterns before I jump in and get any more, just to kind of keep an eye on how many pattern books I collect, because if it's anything like, honestly, I don't have that many cookbooks. I know some people who have a ton of cookbooks, but they're kind of like hand in hand, like fun hobby, would like to have something tactile that will last a while, and just looks nice. So pattern books are one of those things for me, but for the most part, this one I definitely have a few others in here I want to do besides the color block cowl, but that would be the next one that I knit, and the first one that I'll be doing with that time-lapse video, so that you'll just see it start to finish all the way through in one go. Not technically, like I don't have enough battery or enough time in the day to knit it all in one go like that, but you'll see it start to finish in one sitting. So with that, let me know if there were any of these that you've already knit before, maybe just not by this pattern book, but you've seen a similar one and you've already done it, or are there any in here that you would like to find a comparable pattern for, either on Ravelry or Yarnspirations or All Free Knitting or another free site that you like to use? Let me know in the comments. So thanks so much for looking through this one with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!